Thor Bjornsson's plans for the deadlift world record. This week, Thor Bjornsson put out a video talking about his intentions of breaking the deadlift world record. Now, Thor is the current record holder. A lot of people dispute this fact. Some people still say Eddie Hall's 500 kilos is the record. Other people agree that Thor's 501 is the record. Thor put a video out really stating that he wants to break this record.
Yeah, so he basically said he's been talking to different organisers. It's not a case of if he's going to attempt it, it's just where and when. So he hasn't secured that yet. But he went into some detail. It was quite a little interesting watch. He talked about how some people claimed he had easier sort of circumstances, I guess, for breaking a record. And he disputed that by saying how much he gets from being live in a competition, how all of his PRs are usually done in competition. So
I think it's important to look at the facts. Like, Thor Bjornsson has won 20 deadlifts in international competitions. He's broken countless world records, obviously in the deadlifts, but also in other events.
Yeah.
So to say he's just someone that does it in his home gym is ridiculous.
That's ridiculous. And, you know, I know one of the big disagreements is about if it counts in or out of competition. So, but, you know, looking back on the history of strongman, if we look pre the World's Strongest Man, because that's when the modern sport of strongman started, that's pretty much all the sport was feats of strength put on by people in different circumstances, and you didn't even have an official referee. It was just, you know, knowledgeable people in the vicinity confirming that you did it.
Sure, no, I totally get that. And, you know, we've spoken about this before. I know the debate's gone on for many, you know, many hours with various different people.
4 years.
It's been going on a long time. Thor was in he was supposed to go, and he says this in his video, he was supposed to compete in Dubai.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, COVID happened, and it was the only opportunity he had at the time to do this lift. Now, I do feel he needs to do this next lift in competition. He's talking about that. He wants an opportunity.
He wants to shut people up.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, he also mentions in this video that there is a deadlift competition coming up. He doesn't mention the competition.
Yeah.
We will mention it ourselves. September Deadlift World Championships. And he talks about some of the athletes that are competing there, mainly Graham Hicks. He's got nothing but good things to say about these athletes. He's wishing them all the best of luck. He believes that Graham's got a great chance. He says others, I will say guys like Rauno Hainler, you know, even Makarov. They're probably the main names people are talking about. There's a couple of others that have pulled some big numbers as well. But they are the athletes he's talking about that have a chance of breaking this record. He's wishing them luck because he believes if they break it, it's going to just motivate him to break it again. And I have to say, I believe in my heart of hearts that Thor is the best deadlifter on the planet right now.
And he's the best chance we've got of seeing the record
I
broken.
think he's the best chance.
Yeah,
I think Graham is looking fantastic. I think Evan's looking fantastic. Rauno, we've seen some great training videos from him coming in recently. And I think if one of them wants the record, they need to do it soon. Because I feel whatever they do, Thor will better it.
Next year.
I think that's my honest opinion. I
Yeah.
do think he's the best deadlifter in the world. Now, it's unfortunate that he doesn't want to compete in this competition.
Well, so one of the comments in Thor, because I read the comments, in Thor's video, this is all on Instagram, was, well, if you want to shut people up, it's simple. Do it at the Deadlift World Championships, then no one can say anything. Now, I know you and I have different opinions on this. I mean, yes, of course, it would be so nice to see that happen and to see Thor back at all levels of strongman at every single type of competition. And I would love nothing more than to see that. But I also do think, in Thor's defense, why should he? Like, if it was me or if it was you, I'd be so protective. And my argument on Thor's behalf is that the truth videos are still on Eddie Hall's channels with millions of views, and you know, he said himself many times that it's really hurt his reputation over the years. So I'm with it.
Look, I totally understand Thor's thought process. I have a lot of respect for Thor. I think he's an incredible athlete, and yes, I totally understand why those videos would have upset him massively. I would have been hugely upset myself. Now, I know from the Giants Live side of things, There's been contact, there's been apologies. There's no videos on Giants Live that are up on
No,
those
I know
things.
those have gone, yeah.
Eddie Hall has it up on his channel. They can't control what Eddie does.
No.
They have apologised, and I know Thor has spoken to them, and, you know, they're cordial, let's say. You know.
It's a good word.
I sometimes, though, think sometimes you've got to do what's best for business. And it's a saying you kind of pick up from various different places. But my thought process is this. At the moment, it's the highest payout for a deadlift world championships anywhere.
Yeah.
Maybe someone will come and put more money up, which is great. And if he gets that opportunity, I totally respect it. And yeah, go for where the money is. But at the moment, there's $50,000 on up for grabs to do this record at the Deadlift World Championships. He would be using the same equipment that Eddie Hall did his 500 on. To me, I agree with the comments. That is an FU to everyone that's doubted him. Go there, prove what you can do, walk away with the money, walk away with a record on the same piece of kit, not in your own gym. And I'm someone that I can say, you know, hand on my heart, I found lifts easier in competition than in the gym. And Thor said the same in his video.
Yeah.
Because you've got the crowd cheering you on, you're motivated, you're competing against the other people, it raises that level. But if Thor did it at the Deadlift World Championships, the same bar that Eddie Hall got that record on, the same weights, the same competition, no one can say anything.
I mean, it is the surest fire way to shut up any doubters.
It shuts up every single doubter out there.
Because my concern is, if like he talks to a promoter next year, they might put on just an individual thing just for him, and that actually won't change anything. Yeah, because and you know, just to be very, very clear, it's not unusual at all for strongman records to be broken at, you know, expos and conventions and in all different weird and wonderful circumstances.
Right. If, for instance, someone in Dubai puts up a load of money for him to come and do it as an individual event there, he's still going to have the same issue.
He will. Yeah, he needs either the Arnold's or Rogue or a big competition to do a deadlift for max in competition and do it in one of them, or the Deadlift World Championships. To me makes sense. Frustrating though, because it shouldn't be an argument, because that's not there is no rule book in strongman. All you really need is a referee. But
look,
do you remember when you broke the Dinny Stone world record? Someone jumped in the comments and said, "Yeah, but it doesn't count because it's not in competition."
It wasn't even a lift that was in competition.
What are you talking about, you idiot? Like, those stones don't leave Cottage Cafe. They do not leave. Like, there is no competition.
You have to go there to do them
and do it in front of the referees.
And you know, people have said, "Oh, in competition, you've got to lift at a certain time." Well, he was given a certain date. He had 15 minutes between each lift.
It's very
stricter rules than other athletes have had in full competition. So, in my mind, he is the deadlift world record holder. However, for him to come and do like 505, shut everyone up, no one can say anything. And look, I understand both sides of the argument. I totally get where you're coming from and where he's coming from. But if it was me and I knew I could do it, I'd be thinking, I'm going to go there, I'm going to take the money, I'm going to get the exposure, which is going to help me get more money, you know, make deals with the promoters in terms of having your camera crew there and stuff like that, so you can put social media out there, and come and show everyone you are the best deadlifter on the same bar that everyone's questioned you. How can anyone say anything then? Like, no one can say anything. He would go down as the best deadlifter. I already think he is. I know you agree as well. I mean, we've got three fantastic, well, there's more than three, but three names that potentially have a shot at the world record. But even if one of them gets it, I believe next year Thor does more.
I agree.
He's a motivated man. We've seen that progress from, you know, just getting back into the gym to competing at the Arnold's earlier this year. The progress from the Arnold's to the strongest man on earth. What more could he do with another 6 months training? He's an absolute beast. He is a phenomenon when it comes to strength. And I think he could do 5'10".
Yeah, I agree. I think so.
He is just an absolute beast. What do you guys think? Where should he do the deadlift? Where would you like to see it happen? Do you agree with me? Do you agree with Auntie Liz? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. We wish Thor the best of luck. We really do. Wherever he ends up doing it, we'll be supporting him. But I just think in terms of the recognition, the money, it just makes sense to go to the Deadlift World Championships. Put it out there. Same bar, same competition. No questions asked. You are the best deadlifter in the world.